All righty, folks, this video is a celebration. Yes, folks, people are still doing the work. They are getting deals in contract and even closing deals in this high rate environment. The one and only Casey from Brick by Brick just closed deal number 8. Do yourself a favor right now. Leave a comment below congratulating her for doing the work. Casey, congratulations.
Thank you so much, Michael. It was a surprise, too. I mean, we just bought number 7 and closed the last day of March. And here we have this other opportunity that just landed in our lap. So we took it. What do? You take it.
Yeah, when the deal is there, you get it done. So I want to do a favor. Again, you have an amazing playlist on this channel. People can go back and watch. It's a very sophisticated title, Casey, in case people wanted to look it up. But let's remind people how the deal came together, how it came into your plate, and then we'll talk about some numbers and the plan in a minute. But how'd you find it? What happened?
So we own the one literally right next door. And the next door neighbor, the one that we bought, she was talking to my tenant and saying, "Oh, I'm going to sell my house." And my tenant said, "Oh, well, you should call Casey. Maybe she'll buy it from you." And she said, "Oh, I remember her, because when we were fixing up the other house that we already owned, she was outside doing landscaping and painting her house. And we talked to her. I got to know her, let her know our plan, and if she ever wanted to sell or knew anyone, and kind of what we did." And so she's like, "Oh, I remember her." And we had a good rapport, built that little relationship. And so when my tenant said give her a call, she's like, "Yeah, I think I will." So she called me up and she said, "Hey, Casey, this is so and so. I live next door, blah, blah, blah. I'm thinking about selling my house. Didn't know if you guys were interested in buying it. Give me a call." So that's how it started. And I really didn't think that it would happen. Most sellers are like, "I want top dollar for my house. It's amazing." And when I talked to her on the phone and she said, "Oh, I'm thinking 179 or something like that." She's living there. It can't be in that bad of a condition. Now we bought the house next door. I think it was like 125,000 or something like that in 2017. But we know prices have gone up a lot. Okay. But houses in that neighborhood, this is my most favorite neighborhood of all. There was one across the street for sale for $299 as a 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
Wow.
And this one's a 3, 1.5. So it's not that far off. Now that one was completely redone and beautiful. So I'm like, no matter what, even if I had to completely do this entire house, I could get 275 for it, if I did the A quality flip job, which I wouldn't do because I would keep it as a rental. But I'm like, even at 179, this is an amazing deal. So Blake and I went, and just in case, I printed out a blank purchase agreement. In case, 2 of them, in case I messed up. Plus, because, in the rush of things, what if I mess up? One already filled out, so I could, know how to fill in the blanks and not be under pressure. Because I don't use these off-market purchase agreements very much. Usually I buy them from the MLS, the realtor's agreement, which I got memorized. This one, not so much. So 2 copies of a blank one already filled out with sample and an envelope, and left it in the truck. And I went and we looked at it, and yeah, it's dirty and she has dogs and it needs a new bathroom and the kitchen redone, but it is identical to the one next door. Identical layout, everything. The only one thing different was that we have to take out the little garage room at the carport and turn it into a laundry room. Easy, right? Take out a wall, we can do that. But so we negotiated 170, and she signed on the back of a trash can, on the top of a trash can outside, that same day.
That's awesome. So again, the key here, one of the keys takeaways from this is you should tell everybody you network with. You never know where leads come from. This is another example of you did work years ago and it paid off years later. So keep planting those seeds. You never know where a tree might grow. So you got the deal done. How'd you finance it? Obviously rates have been going up here recently. Did you get just a traditional mortgage, or how'd you finance it?
So we did. So we went to my lender guy. He's a mortgage broker. We did get a regular Fannie Freddie loan. We're trying to max out now Blake's loans. Blake and I, before I had my coaching business, I was a stay-at-home mom, didn't make any money. So Blake and I were on the loan and on title for all of our properties because I couldn't qualify anyway. So who cares? Didn't have a job. But when I started making money in my coaching business, I said, well, why don't we start, you buy one, I buy one, that sort of thing. And since he'll be the next one to quit, I love what I do. Let's just put some more in your name while you're still working. So we
Listen,
have had a couple left. And so now he's got 9 in his name, including our primary. So we're pretty close to he's being close to tapped out for Fannie and Freddie. But this is the most excellent neighborhood of all. I will always want to keep this property. So we want to put those loans in the Fannie and Freddie. Like we want those. And so called him up, put it in Blake's. I'm on, actually, he got put on title this one. I'm like, who asked? I was so mad when I got to the attorney's office. I was like, a minute, why am I not signing title? And who's the one that chose? Because I'm always on title, but he's on the loan, and whatever, fine. We put him in the LLC anyway. But so we did a 30-year fix, 6.875%. I mean, I hounded my lender every single day for 2.5 weeks for rates, and finally, we locked. And for the last house we bought in March, we did get 2% seller credits, and we used to buy the rate down to 6%. But I didn't really want to do that this time because rates are pretty high and I'm not quite sure where they're going to go. So I didn't want to put any money right now into quote my rate. It's like, okay, you either pay for the rate now or you pay for it down the road with a refinance. I'm thinking with a 6.875, we'll probably refinance. But even at that, we'll still cash flow really nicely. I'll probably try and ask for 1,750 or 1,800 for this place. So after just fixed expenses, right? PITI and I self-manage, it'll be 600 or more there. So plenty for vacancy repairs, maintenance, and all of that. So yeah, we just did the regular loan for now, and
is it
we'll probably refinance.
25% down today, or what is it
Yes.
today? What's the down
Yeah, I
payment?
did 25%. Yeah. Because the 20% down, you don't get a good rate at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. The extra
And there's
5%
points.
makes it
Yeah. So
difference.
mine was no points. So that was nice too.
Okay, all right, very cool. So so now you're closed. What's the rough timeline going forward? You got 4, 6, 8 weeks of work. What do you have?
So usually, Blake and I do our own rehabs, but we're already rehabbing this one that we bought at the end of March. And it's summertime now. We have a pool. There's only 2 months with the kids at home. And I was like, we really can't physically rehab 2 houses at a time. So we did hire someone to do it. He's done work on one of our other houses before through a friend of mine who owns a rehab company. And so we hired him just the other day, and he quoted us 6,500, and he's for labor, and then I'll buy the materials, and he's going to paint the whole thing, gut and remodel a bathroom, pretty much redo the kitchen, except we're keeping the cabinets, so he has to sand and paint them, and I do have to pay for countertop separate because I'm going to go granite in this neighborhood, and he's going to convert that utility room that's connected to the house into a laundry room and finish that off. So I will have to, the only thing I have to pay for extra besides his labor and materials is I have a wood floor refinishing guy. He's going to come refinish the floor. And usually he charges $350 a square foot, which has gone up a lot from when it used to be $2. But
Yeah.
everyone wants to charge more. So I think it's a pretty good deal. And we're going to have a lot of equity built in, even with hiring someone out. So we're really
So you're
excited for
probably
this.
in with materials and all labor, probably 15 grand all in.
Yeah, it'll be probably like 12 to 15. Mm-hmm.
Very, very cool. And again,
Yeah.
this is a long-term hold. Your favorite neighborhood got because you planted seed 5 years ago. You didn't let rates bother you. You took the 6.875, and you'll refi later if you can. If not, you know what your fixed
Right.
payment is because it's 30-year fixed, correct?
That's right. Yep.
Awesome. Well, Casey, if somebody wanted to follow this story, because I'm sure you'll put it all over Instagram, what is your Instagram page and what is your YouTube channel?
Yep, I'm going to post about it tomorrow. So it's first to hear about it on One Rental at a Time. I am at Brick by Brick Wealth. That's my Instagram, and my website is brickbybrickwealth.com.
Awesome. Thank you so much.